Imagine this, you're floating in the endless void of space, surrounded by stars, planets, and the silence of infinity stretching out in all directions. Then suddenly, you catch sight of something strange drifting past you. It's not a satellite or an asteroid. It's a golf ball, or perhaps a pizza delivery making its way through the galaxy. As bizarre as it sounds, space has become a place where not only scientific discoveries take place, but also a few humorous and unexpected surprises. Yes, the final frontier isn't just filled with planets and stars. It holds some of the most bizarre and downright hilarious things ever sent from Earth. And trust me, you won't believe what's out there. In 2019, a spacecraft bound for the moon crash-landed and spilled its cargo, releasing tiny creatures known as tardigrades, microscopic beings often referred to as water bears. These creatures are almost indestructible, capable of surviving extreme conditions, including the vacuum of space. Now, while humans are still figuring out how to establish a permanent presence on the moon, it seems these little water bears have already found a way to call it home. These tiny creatures are so resilient, they might be the first settlers of the moon without even knowing it. But space isn't all about scientific experiments and technological breakthroughs. In 1971, astronaut Alan Shepard made history as not only one of the astronauts to walk on the moon during the Apollo 14 mission, but also the first person to play golf on the lunar surface. That's right! He brought along a makeshift golf club and 2 balls and took a swing. One of those balls went flying far into the distance and still lies somewhere on the surface of the moon. Just imagine a golf ball silently floating across a barren, otherworldly landscape. Speaking of unusual space deliveries, how about a pizza? In 2001, Pizza Hut pulled off one of the most unique marketing stunts ever by sending a vacuum-sealed pepperoni pizza to the Russian space station, Mir. The pizza arrived cold, of course, but that didn't stop it from being the very first pizza to travel into space. I guess even astronauts need a good slice every now and then to remind them of home. And for all the Star Wars fans out there, you'll be thrilled to know that Luke Skywalker's original lightsaber has also made a trip into space. In 2007, NASA honored the sci-fi classic by sending the iconic prop aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery. It orbited the Earth for 2 weeks before returning, adding a little bit of galactic flair to human space exploration. After all, who wouldn't want a lightsaber in space? Now, if you think puzzles are difficult on Earth, try solving one in space. In 2006, astronaut Steve Robinson took a Rubik's Cube aboard the International Space Station, ISS. With zero gravity making everything float around, the challenge of solving this already complex puzzle was taken to a whole new level. It turns out that even in space, some things, like the frustration of solving a Rubik's Cube, remain universal. Space is not all about science and work, though. Some astronauts bring along personal items for sentimental reasons. One astronaut brought his daughter's teddy bear aboard the ISS. This beloved toy orbited the Earth at thousands of miles per hour, creating a sweet and heartwarming moment far away from home. Now, that teddy bear has a more exciting travel history than most people. In 2019, during SpaceX's Crew Dragon mission, a stuffed toy dinosaur named Tremor joined the astronauts aboard the spacecraft. As the toy floated around the cabin in zero gravity, it added a playful touch to what was otherwise a very serious mission. Tremor became a symbol of fun and curiosity for future space explorers. And who can forget the time Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story took a trip to space? In 2008, a Buzz Lightyear action figure was launched to the ISS, where it stayed for 15 months, floating around and keeping the astronauts company. It's safe to say Buzz truly went to infinity and beyond. On a more playful note, NASA's Juno mission to Jupiter didn't just carry scientific equipment. It also brought along 3 special Lego figures. These miniatures represented the Roman gods Jupiter and Juno, as well as the famous astronomer Galileo. These tiny plastic explorers traveled millions of miles, proving that even toys can embark on epic space journeys. Space food can be notoriously bland, so astronauts bring small comforts from Earth. One of the most surprising things found aboard the ISS is ketchup sachets. Astronauts have been known to bring ketchup to spice up their freeze-dried meals. It's a small but important reminder of how little comforts can make life in space more bearable. As you can see, space isn't just a place for groundbreaking discoveries and monumental achievements. It's also filled with oddities and reminders of home, from toys to pizza. So, who knows what other strange and funny things we'll send into the cosmos next?